And I've seen the promised land. I may not get there with you, but I want you to know tonight that we as a people will get to the promised land.
He was an orator. He could speak so well. Then the next thing I would think about is that he really knew the right things to say, and I just admired him because he was with the mass of people, and he marched with them, even though he was top guy. He still marched with them. He took his lumps like everybody else. I remembered, I said, boy, that is a brave lady. Being close to New York, we didn't run into, once I got out of the Army, back in those days, we didn't run into much segregation. We knew the places that did not want to serve black people. And at the time, I was just not involved in places where that kind of thing was going on. Now, there were a couple of incidents. There was a bowling alley in Westfield that black people couldn't go to. There was a drugstore that had a soda fountain that wouldn't serve black people. There's a tea room in Westfield that wouldn't serve black people. The YMCA was segregated. Now, this is a Young Men's Christian Association, but there was in Plainfield a separate black YMCA. Now, I'm not sure if this was something that had to be, or whether black people just decided to have their own YMCA in their area. But I know there was a separate black YMCA.
Recently, when I was blessed to make a trip or a pilgrimage, a religious pilgrimage to the holy city of Mecca, where I met many people from all over the world, plus spent many weeks.
I was sort of
trying to broaden
divided about Malcolm X, but I always had the idea that initially, you know, Malcolm X and his group, they looked at white people as different people entirely. They didn't want to have anything to do with them, and they wanted to have their own and all of that. But then Malcolm X moderated somewhat, and he decided that we should become integrated with the white population.
If there is anyone out there who still doubts that America is a place where all things are possible, who still wonders if the dream of our founders is alive in our time, who still questions the power of our democracy, tonight is your answer. It's the answer.
I had come so far, black people had come so far,
in numbers this nation has never seen. By people who waited
we just couldn't really believe it was going to happen.
many for the first time in
And
their
when it
lives,
did happen, it
because they believed that this
You know, just sticking out our chest everywhere we went, where there were white people, we were sticking out our chest. He was so confident, but he wasn't a braggart. And he was so polished, and he knew, he just exuded professionalism.
Just a collection of individuals or a collection of red states.
That's really the way I thought about it.
We are and always will be the United States of America.